good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. Doing a live stream today because I missed yesterday. Just ran out of time yesterday, so I slept late, and it kind of just threw my entire day off. So today I decided to do a live stream. Yeah, I should actually just start doing them every day, honestly, because it's only an hour a day. So all I have to do is just really cut the time in, and it's not an issue. So I might start doing that. We'll see. We'll see what it holds. Like it really depends. My voice is doing a little bit better. It would do much better if I wouldn't sing. Because I'm singing and it's straining my throat more. I like to sing, so um, it's usually a problem there. I've got about an hour for this live stream. So we'll see what it comes to. Uh, Sorry, I was doing this, so there we go. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Hopefully you can hear me. I am using my old mic. I'm using my old the controller mic right now, so I'm gonna plug in my actual mic so you can hear me better. But yeah, good morning. So Thursday, not a day I typically do streams, but I figured why not? I missed yesterday. So again, I might consider do them all. I've been on Fallout, gearing up for the new update that is coming on the 18th, I believe, 18th or 19th. It's coming Tuesday. Um, this coming Tuesday. Really excited about it. It's a new map, new board, not new map, a new board. You become a ghoul, so we have a new quest line. I will not be doing a ghoul on my main account, but I have several different mule accounts, like secondary accounts that I can play on. You have to be level 50. I think one of them I'm like level 45, so I can just level that up really quickly, get to level 50, and then do the quest line. I will probably do a stream on that. So the stream will be longer, so I'll have to cut that in the day because I have phone calls that I have to take throughout the day. So I have to really like fit that in to make room for a longer stream because they said it's pretty quick, but I don't want to just go in and get it done. I want to take my time, um, kind of talk over all of the new components that are being added with the ghoul, and explore the new little location. Yeah, I want to take my time, pull any lore from it. So it should be a really fun stream. But I've been on Fallout and I decided to redo two camps. I am doing away with the old because I've had the camps active for so long. And I'm like, I can't keep them. I like them, but I could do better. So I did. I got two camps that are new. This location here is in the Ash Heap at this location, not too far from the Rusty Pick. I like this location because a friend of mine, he has a camp here. And I liked the location because of this little pond here, and I was like, I think I could do something with this pond. So, yeah, I went ahead and decided to build. He doesn't really play Fallout much anymore anyway, so I'm not too worried about the camps overlapping. So, and then if he does play, it's going to be on PC anyway, so we can't even play together anymore. But here's the new camp. I am trying just to get the logistics right with the camp module, so that way we don't end up like fast traveling. When you fast travel here, end up underneath the water. Because I've been getting stuck in the outskirts here. I've got the floodlights, so in these locations I'll get stuck there. At like my cat. My goodness. All right, so let's go ahead and start the tour here. Um, This is definitely a favorite now. I shouldn't say that because every time I go into favorites, I'm like, oh, I don't want to disassemble it now. But it's it came like, together really well. So this is just the front entrance. The welcome signs, it says friends welcome, but I glitched it into where the friends you can't see, and it just says welcome. The roses here, definitely a nice touch. I put it around here to kind of hide the fact that that's kind of floating a bit. I wanted it to be a little more seamless, so. And on the side, I just got the cactuses and tree trunks, and then some rose bushes on the side here, just to give it a little pop of color, and be more inviting. I didn't want it to be just barren because of how it is out here in the ash heap. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get inside here. I completely forgot about these hanging lights that I got. So when I started this build, I was like, oh, I could incorporate these in perfectly, especially with the Atlantic City module for the weather. It gives it a nice glow. So let's go ahead and get up the stairs. Typical porch on the side, just like the swing and some decorations, the wind chimes. And then over here, I didn't want power going through the house as much, so I just like put everything on the porch here. These are just free for people that they're coming. They can pick whatever they want to take. I don't really lock my stuff. The only time I lock my Collectron is when it's the holiday. Otherwise, I just leave it unlocked. People take what they want. It's not stealing to me like adhesive and stuff. They're not stealing from me because if I didn't want it to be taken, I would have locked everything. I got the wood pile tucked over here, and then I've used the winding path door entrance. I thought that looked nice for this. And the build is the haunted house because we're in the ash heap, and you'll see a lot of the brown trees. So I wanted to go with this here because of the vines that are on it and around the door frame and windowsills. So I thought it was a nice touch to kind of match the area and to just like vibe with it. So that's kind of why I went with this build kit here. You'll see I've actually got a couple of different along the sides here. I'll show you and the reason why. All right, we'll do inside first. So this right here is the workshop when you first come in. It's the workshop. I've got the windows on top to let the natural light in, moonlight, sunlight, and you can see the fog. It comes inside and gives a nice glow, even though you can't really see it inside. It's still quite nice. I use that for the glow as well. I love that chandelier. Over here, we just have some decorations, water purifiers, workbench for the weapons. This is just a display stand because I thought it tied nicely into this area for the weapon and then the power armor workstation. You see you have the weapon workbench and then a displayed weapon, and then you have the power armor workbench with power armor. And I went with this one here, this power armor, because it's like rusted looking. So yeah, it's sorry. I should turn off that for now because I don't have anybody calling me in the next hour. So, and then the wallpaper I went with the new Coca-Cola and white. So it's like a black and white. It ties in with the rug, the black and white rug. So everything ties in, and of course I use the burnt floors as well. And then over here we just have water cooler, the armor workbench, and then the chemistry station next to the washer and dryer. And then over here we just have some stash boxes, the lantern, and then we have these fashion mass displays next to the taxidermy station. And then we have the little fish tank here with taxidermy fish. phone. And then in here gets into the little shop area. I love these door frames. I'm so glad this was like one of the best purchases that I have made in the Atomic Shop. There's probably a couple I would say that fit into that category, but these here, these walls, definitely one of the best decisions I've made to spend because I can make a roomier entrance without a door frame. So it's perfect, you know. Because I wanted to kind of like divide the room, but keep it open in a way. So this lets me do that. So it's got the lights here, the kill left love, the open ammo. Of course, ammo is open for anyone to take, and then it gets into just the random stuff on the shelf, like stuff that you would find like to purchase. And then I got my vending machines, and then I've got the cookie jar, the canned coffee, and tea machine here, of course, for people to take as well. A magazine display, and then just some random stuff. I've got trunks, a suitcase, pictures on the floor, kind of like you would find at a place that buy stuff from. So, trunks, and then random ammo, the punch card, some water purifiers, scrap box, and an ammo storage box. I don't have Fallout First right now, but I put these for people who do. Um, yeah, and then I got lights. I like this one here because it gives that like a blue glow. It's really off. It offsets the white, like, or not white. I should say yellowish glow. So I thought that looked really well. It's messy but not too cluttery. All right, and then downstairs we go. You'll see this is also one of my favorite purchases. The stairs. I don't use really any other stair pieces when I'm building a multi-story house. So this right here is perfect. And it's instead of going upstairs, you're going downstairs. That's interesting because you started up here, right? You're starting on the first floor, but yeah, you get to go downstairs. So love this location for this reason. All right, so we're going downstairs here. Kitchen. This is the kitchen. Absolutely love the way this turned out. I've got different wallpapers and such, and then some I got just exposed foundation because it goes all the way down to the bottom. This worked out really well. Kitchen area here. Birthday cake for your people to take. We have the challenges that eat like cake, candy. Perfect right there. Some taxidermy on the wall. The lanterns for light. And then over here we have the living area and the sleeping quarters. First we'll go to the bathroom. We have a blue devil taxidermy up top. The bathroom is not completely enclosed, but since we have glass there and a door, we put up these little shades. We have the shower, toilet, sink, the mirror, and just a little bit of lighting from this here. A fan to push air. I've got a fan up over here as well. It looks like we have a visitor. Hopefully they don't buy too much because I don't have nobody to give caps to. We just have some random clutter. The living area is pretty straightforward. We have the dining table. And there's nothing much over here, just the fire, the cat tree tower. This sash box here, which is another of my favorites. Oh, Kitty's laying in the bed. And then kitchen things. I put these little birds because I love them so much. They're so adorable. And some perfectly preserved pie and some Nuka Quantum on the top. Just some random decorations here in the bedroom area. I've got clothes and hats. on that display. The bed, I went with the fur bed, table with a lamp, and then some wall decor, the vanity, cat scratching posted there as well. And then I got the Napolitan sign. I don't know why, but I just I came to it and I was like, oh wow, that looks really, really nice. So it fits in. It does. So I was happy. And then the wallpaper, I have the wood here. It offsets. It's a contrast to everything that is here, but it ties in well with the beams and going upstairs. So I went with this brick pattern for this side of the house, and then for the fireplace. And then on this, I've got the red flower. It's a floral for the remainder. And then I got exposed roofs because I thought that it added a little bit of rustic charm to the place. All right, then we'll head outside. Outside here is where we have the lounge area to relax and enjoy the outside ambiance. We have my cat following me. A barbecue grill here, seating. And some decor. Just nothing too crazy, just it to be welcoming and inviting. And then down here, we have the, I like to, I had it as a lover's den because this is kind of where you'd go to just relax with your partner and enjoy a hot tub. It's really inviting and warm, and it's tropical. It's got all these plants around, so it's clear. The air would be clean because of all the filtrating. We've got beautiful butterflies and flowers everywhere. We have lighting that is different colors. We have the pink, we have the blue, we have the green, and then we have the glow from the fire and the warmth from the fire. So you could cuddle up on the couch and just watch the fire and just enjoy the outside ambiance and the comfort and safety of this little den that I made. Like I said, this purchase was probably the best that I've made from the Atomic Shop. I absolutely love this this build kit here with the trellis side top. Now the reason I have this turned the different way is because that if I had it turned this way, the opposite way, like this one here, I wouldn't be people wouldn't be able to come down here. The only reason you're able to come down is because of the openings on this side. So that was the reason why the this tile is turned differently towards the others. It's just so you can get up and down the stairs. I was careful enough. It just has enough room to get in and out for the character. Any higher, and I wouldn't be able to put a roof on it. So it was very carefully done. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I was thinking about putting something on top, but I was like, nah. It's I think it looks good that way because you can look up and you can see like when it is clear, the stars. So that is the newest camp. And around here, I'll show you. Like on the outside, I have different different prefab, like not prefab, but different walls. I've got the wood on this side here and up here, and then also on this side here. There's no particular reason why I did that. It's just, I think, to make it more like an add-on. Like this is what we've added on, and it's got different material versus the others. So, I mean, we are in the wasteland. So if you're going to build a house, you're not going to have all of the materials. So it's like, oh, okay, it matches similar to what these cabins are made out of. So I could easily just come in and say, okay, the person tore down the cabin that was here and just made this mega structure and reused some of the lumber that was that was present, and they're pretty small, so that amount of lumber seems about right for that little cabin. And they could have just went around, because if you go further down, I want to say in that direction north, you'll come across houses that look like that have this color. So it's not too far-fetched to say, yeah, they tore down a house down there, brought it up here, and they just tore down this cabin that was in this place, and then they just rebuilt their own little dreamscape for this area. So it turned out really nice. I was happy with it. My budget is completely spent. I've got nothing left really to build. Like I could build maybe two things, maybe four or five, depending on the size. But I could build one big thing, or like five small things. But it is completely spent. I definitely went all out on this camp to make it feel lived in, without being too cluttered. Because I don't like open rooms. Like, I don't like coming down here and having this all open. Like, I need it to be, cluttered. And then I went ahead and used the furniture to divide the rooms instead of walls, so that way it didn't feel too enclosed. And then I did the same thing with outside. I used, these little, the shrubbery, the fence, and then these to create this open yet enclosed lounge room. So that's the first camp that I remade, and then I've got another one. So let me go out here and check and see if I can activate it. I'm trying to remember which one I rebuilt. I am trying to remember the one I rebuilt. I think it's this one here. I think this one here I did put on the last. Sorry, my hubby messaged me. Seems like he broke one of his necklaces. I've got a lot of other things to do. Alright, so this is, I think I did do a review of this one, but this is the camp that I completely tore down and rebuilt as well. Don't mind my ally, who is Niku. I'll just do this, and there we go. This camp here is also another one that I use the open and closed concept with, and I also have another, it's just not as big, another like den area. And I've got everything outside here, including my vending machine. I've got one up here, one downstairs. This one's slightly bigger. This is the den on this one. It's different, of course. Each one is going to be different, but similar in a way. And I've got just random decorations on the side here. This one doesn't really have a shop. It's just got a vending machine. And I put red just so people could see it more easily. Workshop in here, pretty straightforward. Nothing too fancy on this here whatsoever. It's pretty straightforward. Everything in this camp is also unlocked. This one I like a little bit better than the other one, just because of how many stories it is, and it goes down instead of up. So, all right, so we'll go to the next level. Now this right here is the sleeping quarters for the main person. I have a desk here. I try to make it cluttery and feel lived in. I've got flowers, seating area. I used on this one as well 2 different types of wall, all three I should say. When it comes to the outside shell, and then these open get closed. So this house is an open air concept where they have they have it enclosed, but there's parts of the house that aren't, like this right here. This right here is not enclosed. It is, but it's not, like there's no hard walls, and it goes directly in, but it doesn't feel that way because of how it's kind of like tied off. So this is the sleeping bed. This right here is the bathroom. Just got a sink, a shower, toilet, and then just this little area to kind of give you something to look at, I guess. I wasn't too sure. I just put it out there. But it seemed like it fitted. And then down here is the guest area. There's no guest bed, but this is just like where you have some just relaxation you want to do. It's got another fireplace stacked on top of each other. Displays an area, another, see it's open. I wanted to go with this curtain so that way you could close it if you'd want to. You don't spend a whole lot of time down here. This is only for like the rest and relaxation. So, and then sitting over here with the fireplace, of course. Some random decorations, Nuka-Cola, a table with all the goodies. And then outside there's the second vending machine, seating area. This is where I got my Collectron. Then it goes down into the wilds. This camp here is definitely on my top 3 list. I enjoyed building this, and I like this touch. I was able to use these for the first time since I bought them. And that way it's just like it cuts off from the main house. It's like a little divider. Not too sure. These are supposed to be full. Like when you are seeing them in the build menu, they have liquid in them, but it doesn't show liquid, but it does show the smoke. It's very peculiar. But those are the 2 newest camps to the edition. I will probably be redoing a majority of my camps. This one up here in the ash heap I've had for a little too long. I've got this one here. This one's been redone a couple of times. So, oh, there goes my laundry. Excuse me. This one I need to redo as well. The trade post. And then I've got the sanctuary. Sanctuary, I am up in the air on if I want to keep it or not. Because, it doesn't look as good as all the other camps do. And don't get me wrong, it turned out really, really nice. But I think this one is the next on the chopping block, as far as being redone. I'll probably keep it in the location it is. But I'm not too sure if I am gonna build the same or not. I'll let this load. This one's very simple. It doesn't have wallpaper or anything, but I like the way this one turned out. It's just, I'm not too sure if it's really something I want right now to be active. So I'll do another tour. I've already toured this one on a previous stream, but I might change the locations just because of the popcorn in the background. But this is the front entrance. I've got this for when we have like the traveling merchants, and of course we've got my ally here. This right here is just like for people to have free beds to sleep on and stuff. I did have a cow in the back, so it could be for like the people who take care of the cattle, but I had to scrap that. Alright, so this is the uh beginning, the entrance. It's just this big garden area. Nothing too much, it's nothing too fancy. Just have the some tikus and boiled water, the butterfly sanctuary, a water fountain, a dingy carpet. Apparently, I didn't realize it was that dingy. The symptomatic collection. This right here is the shower area. I did the toilets in the. I'll show you where that's at. This right here, of course. See, I did it. Another one. Each one is completely different looking. Now they all have flowers because you cannot have a hot tub and not have this vibe where you're like in a tropical oasis where it's warm and inviting. So I always go for colors that are warm and inviting and relaxing. But I always switch it up. Each one is different. Each one has its own little different, unique twist to it. And then the workshop area over here with some clutter. And then you get into the main. What in the world is going on with the dog? The main workshop area. We have the power armor station, freezer, cooking area. This is the kitchen. Got all of the stuff that is free for taking. Coca-Cola barrels. Oh, hubby messaged me again. Just replied to him real quick. Oh, I gotta end my stream pretty quick. The day goes by so quickly. So the workshop area right here, plenty of room. I thought this was going to be cluttered, but it's perfect with the ammo, scrap box, stash boxes. It worked out pretty well. I went with the high ceilings for down here because if you go up the stairs, you got the clutter here too, barrels and stuff that you'd keep for supplies and stuff. Go upstairs, and this up here is just an area to relax. It's covered, but also open to the air in. We've got the fireplace for warmth. This is probably just gross. That's a gross animation on how it's making the dog food. But you can see also can like the animation. Yuck. But that's what this is. Just an area just to relax, lounge. This right here would be the workshop. I mean the shop area where you could buy stuff. But I was renovating this place and building, so I took the shops off. I was at max caps anyway. And then over here we have the display case with the birds and the robots, and I'm missing a game. And this right here is the secret door to get out here in the small little garden where we have the butter churner, power, and the tall fences. My ally and cat like to open that door a lot. And then the living quarters up here. Very inviting. Very simple. Got the bed, fireplace with seating, cat scratcher, cat bed. Nothing too fancy. This is where the toilet and sink are, just for using the bathroom. Yes, you have to shower out there if you want to take a shower. I just didn't feel like the shower would be suitable in here, so I figured that was the best. No wallpaper, it's just the cabin wall. And of course, I used the glass walls, and then these, like I tell you, are really nice. It took a little bit to get it lined up. It's not perfect, but because you can see a sliver there, but it did line up pretty well with the stairs and everything. I was like really impressed that this worked out in my favor when I was building. I got it to be lined up enough with the wood, and then it went to the glass, so it gave just enough room to where it looked like it was, you could tell it was built around, because it wouldn't have worked if it was further over this way with the stairs. So that's the reason I lined it up for the stairs more than anything else. And then I was like, okay, if this right here fits, everything else will follow. And it did. I got it as straight as possible and as close as possible. You can see that there's a little dip there, and it kind of turns a little bit, but not too much. It is pretty much lined up. It turned out it's so much better than I anticipated. And then with the glass walls and the Pine Barren walls, you can't even tell. You think that's connected, but it's not, because that is this right here is a foundation. You're going up. And then I had the walls just enough to where it fits in with these. And it's high enough for that piece there. So, yeah, I was really pleased with how this turned out, but it's just like I'm looking at it, and with my other camps, let me join a team real quick. $2,000, hooey. That's nuts.
Trade makes the world go round.
I'm just gonna get rid of some caps real quick. How much is that way? Okay, I can see that. What else you got? I don't know how much.
Let's make this worth both our while.
That's really not gonna be. I don't have Fallout first, so I was going to do it when hubby gets back on, but I don't know if he's going to play Fallout today. So, so that's the camp that's next on the chopping block. I'm sad to let it, like, to see it go, but I've got other ideas from building this that I kind of want to implement. So I think I'm going to tear it down and build it just a little differently. But it's not a bad camp. It looks really, really nice. It is at max as well. So that one I'll have to really think long and hard about. But compared to the other camps, I definitely think that this one is the next one I'm going to tear down and rebuild. Let's see, do they have anything for sale? A 124 they have. Stuff. Let's go check their camp out and then see if there is anything we can buy. I gotta get my caps down. Oh, stretch. Go ahead and alright, so today I'm gonna do verse of the day. I'll go ahead and do that now because I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon. So Romans 8:11 is the Another verse of the day. And if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through his spirit who lives in you. So this is talking about, you know how Jesus was raised from the dead 3 days after he was crucified. And God, the Spirit of God, raised him up from the dead. And that's pretty much what it's saying. That the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you. He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through the spirit who lives in you. So, if you go back, Jesus, when he would talk to his disciples, would talk to them saying that, you know, the Father, God is in me and I in him. Because, like, the Spirit of God does dwell with us. And it is up to us. And that's what Jesus kind of, like, that's why God brought Jesus on earth. It was to say, hey, you know, this is how you can get closer to me. Because after the garden, we were distant. We were no longer directly communicative with God, you know. And he gave all these ways to help us, you know, get closer to him. But we as a species, you know, we as mankind we're not perfect, and we fall short. So when Jesus was born, you know, when God pretty much brought himself into the world as human form, which was through Jesus, he was pretty much saying, this is your link. This is how I'm going to sacrifice myself for you through Jesus. And this is how you can connect with me. So that is what he's saying, that I am in you already. And this is our link, which is through Christ. You know, if you trust in Christ, that he is our Savior, he died for our sins, that he paid the ultimate price for us, that all of our sins are made atonement for through Christ, we have that direct link to God, you know. And it's all about free will, where we have the choice. We have the choice to choose God, or we have the choice to say, no, I want my distance from you. I don't want anything to do with you. You know, those are the free will choices, and you have to live with the consequences of your choices. So that's pretty much what that's saying. That if you have God dwell in you, he is going to raise you from the dead as just as he did in Jesus, not in a sense where if you die you're going to come back. It's more of like, once you have that rebirth, because you're born in the flesh and then you're born in the spirit. And once you have that rebirth in the spirit, Jesus, God, dwells within you. And you start you start going to God for things instead of relying on your own understanding. You go and you rely on God's understanding, because he already knows the way, you know. He is the way, and he knows what, you know, he knows what's going to happen. And if you consult with him, you are, you know, allowing him into your life, and you're allowing his wisdom to guide you in your path. So that's kind of like my taking. It might not be 100%, but that's my takeaway from that verse. All right, let's see. There's a shop. Had to cough, sorry. All right, let's see what we've got here that we could buy. This one here is a good one for the explosive. I think I already have that mod though, so I don't need it. Nothing much. What's this? Radiation damage. Oh, limb resistance. Medics and chameleon. I was really hoping to spend some money. I might actually just buy some weapons just to scrap. There, I'm back down to 27. That's more of a comfortable number. Let's go ahead and go to the train station, drop these. Oh, what is this? Most wanted. We'll do most wanted real quick, I guess. There's 3 people there. And then we'll drop these off at the Nuke World on tour. Oh, just stretching. I still gotta do my exercises this morning. I woke up a little late, not as late as yesterday, thankfully, but I haven't been sleeping since the time change. It completely threw me off, so I'm adjusting to that. So I haven't been sleeping as well. But today I actually woke up before 9 o'clock. So that was a nice thing. I'm being shot at, but I can't see the enemy. And I'm dead. Because my health bar. I don't like when it takes forever for enemies to, like, they spawn. I can't see what I'm shooting at. There we go. You got that goofy gold garment real good. A bonus well. We got already done. Okay, so that was I'll just sit right there and pick off robots. I forgot what I was talking about. That kind of just really derailed my train of thought. Hubby and I were doing this yesterday by ourselves, and we almost didn't make it because we were looking for Bottle and Cappy. There's little like little cardboard cutouts that you're supposed to find. You get a bonus. So we were trying to find that, and then the time was winding down. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna make it. And then finally, 2 other people show up and help with collecting the buckaroos. I was like, oh, thank goodness. I think that was a little premature there, but I'm trying to find the fusion core. There we go. Fusion core is like the best way to take down a sentry bot. There we go. Got another legendary that we could scrap. And then I'll take this stuff just because when if he ever gets back on, I can yeah, we can just get rid of all this stuff. I don't think I've got anything else. Alright. I remember when Nuka World came out, it was so amazing to come down here and because I remember how this looked before they brought Nuka World on tour. It was just like a desolate, empty location. So when I came down here to explore after the update, it was just like ooh and awe. like I love to game, and some people are like, oh, it's just a waste of time, it's just a waste, and I'm like, would you say that about any of your other hobbies? Like, I wouldn't say that anybody's hobby that they enjoy to relax is a waste of time, because I don't spend all day doing it. I spend a couple hours a day. On the weekend, if the weather is bad and we're not doing anything, hubby and I will game, throughout the day. If it's what we both are doing, um, it's not hindering any of our actual work life or anything. We still have our intimate moments where we cuddle, and honestly, we met on a game. We met on Fallout, and we met doing what we enjoy to do. So I don't understand why people have to, um, come after you and say that, oh, gaming is a waste of time, and it is like a hindrance to you, and it never was. Like when I met hubby, I had a full-time job. It was well paying, great benefits. I was getting ready to buy my own place. I had savings saved up. I was doing well for myself. So I had all the money set aside. I couldn't access it at the time because I was still at the job, but I did have everything situated. And the only thing that was my problem is that I would give money to people, so it would bring me um, to being behind, because I didn't know how to say no to family, and I pretty much gave them most of my paycheck. Excuse me, but I still had a good paying job. I went to work five 5 days a week. I sometimes pulled 12-hour shifts. Um, so it never was a hindrance. I would come home. I had my dogs because I was breeding labs at the time, and I did all my duties. It never ever was a hindrance to me. I was doing what I wanted to do. I was doing me, and then I met hubby, and things kind of just started to shift. I never at any point had a partner. I had always been single. I was single. I was celibate. I never had intimacy. I never had a boyfriend. I've never been kissed, never been touched, nothing. I wanted to remain pure for the one person that I wanted to spend my life with. I wanted to keep my virginity. I wanted to remain, the word that's there, it's at the tip of my tongue, but abstinence. I wanted to abstain from any sexual behavior until I found the one man that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And I had people pushing me, and my aunt pushing me, you need to go find somebody. And I didn't want to do what she wanted me to be like her daughters, where they'd go out and, as a teenager, they'd already had lost their virginity. They've already slept with, X amount of people. They had multiple boyfriends. And I was like, I'm not dating to date. I wanted to date a person I'm going to marry. I don't want to just date and engage um, sexually with anybody. I wanted it to be the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. So I was very picky. Um, I had been approached on several occasions when I used to work in retail. It was really common to be approached by men, and I just never felt that any of them um, like I never got the feeling that they were for me. Like the immediate, like as soon as if they'd say hi, I'd lift up my eyes and see them and be like, no, absolutely not. So I'd always make up excuses. Do you have a boyfriend? I'd be like, yes, I do. Um, so I made it very clear to my family that I wasn't just going to just start dating whoever just because they're there, just because they show interest. I needed that person to be, I needed a feeling to be ignited in me that this is the person. And I've had crushes and stuff when I was a teenager, but I never acted upon any of them because I knew that I was far too young. I got a cough, hold on. So I did do the hard thing. And it was extremely hard because as you're a teenager, your hormones are running crazy and you have people who are pressuring you. And especially when you start to get into an adulthood as a young adult, you know, in your 20s, and you're getting even more pressure. Like, why aren't you dating yet? Why don't you have a boyfriend? You know, um, and it's just like it's really hard to explain to people that, you know, I don't want to just rush into it. I want this to be the person I'm spending my life with, so I'm going to be very careful, and I am going to pay close attention to how my body and how I react to a person who's showing interest into me. So the day that I met my hubby officially, it was a day or two after I was on my brother's account because I didn't have my own online account. I wasn't really big on online games, so I didn't think that Fallout was going to be something I would actually fall in love with as a video game. I was like, I'll just go on his account. If I don't like it, then, you know, he can. So I was wandering the wasteland. I was level 50 or something like that, 60, 70, I'm not sure. I was under a level 100, I know that. And I was in Flatwoods. I was doing my usual gathering of items and scrapping them to sell. Um, and I was doing my caps. I was at the Flatwoods vendor, and I get this friend request. I don't think anything of it. Um, and I would say, like, I think it was a day later, a day or two later, the person that sent me the friend request shows back up in my world, and I'm like, how they? And then I noticed that they're on my friends list. My brother had accepted their friend request, which was really interesting because he had never accepted any other person's friend request because I would get random friend requests. So he shows up. He starts talking on the mic and asking if I had a mic. At the time, I didn't. I did, but the cord was missing. Because it was a wireless mic, and you could either plug it in or you could use it just to listen to music. At that time, we had the PlayStation 4, and I didn't have that set up for Bluetooth. So I'm not too sure why it wouldn't connect Bluetooth wise, because I can connect it to my phone and I can listen to music. But the cord I needed to plug into the controller in order for it to work as a mic. So I couldn't find my cord. So we went a couple of weeks. I think we went, not a couple of weeks. We went a couple of days of just talking. He would talk to me and I would just message him my responses. And we played together for a few days. And then eventually I was like, you know what, let me look for my cord. I look in my little cupboard where I usually keep my printer, my laptops, and the cords to them. I was like, maybe it's in there, and I just forgot where I put it. So I looked in there, and lo and behold, I found my cord. So I get on there, and I don't tell him I find my cord. I log on. He joins me because I logged on after work. He joins me, and I was like, hi. And he's like, who's this? I'm like, it's Eagle, and that's my name. My name at that time was Eagle 500. And I was like, it's Eagle. And he's like, I thought you didn't have a mic. I was like, I found my cord. So I was like, surprised. And I will tell you that the reason that I wanted to talk to him is because the moment that I heard his voice, the first time that he started to talk to me, I felt this rush through my body. Like, it felt like something just whooshed through me the moment I heard his voice. It sounded so familiar. It felt like I had known this person forever. And that was just him, just hearing his voice. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on. My body is reacting to him. And the more time went on talking to him and hearing his voice, the more my body reacted to him, and it was just like I was always questioning. I was like, "What's going on? Why am I having such this reaction to him?" And it was so unexplained, and I fell for him so hard. I fell in love with him so quickly, and then it came to the point where he had friends come in, and at one point, one of his friends started to get into topics about dating and stuff, and that's when we kind of got more information about each other. I guess we were too shy. I was too shy. I was like, I didn't think I was pretty. I didn't think I would be, he would be interested in, especially when he said his age, because we had an 8-year age gap, and I was older. And I was like, usually it's the men who like younger women. And I honestly didn't see myself with a younger man. I thought I was going to be with someone who's older. So it was just like, I was like, oh, you're younger than I thought. And then he described himself, I described myself, and then like the voice, the way he was talking, is like I could sense that I didn't really know if he was interested or not, but I kid you not that a couple of days after that conversation that we had, I was feeling unwell. My stomach was really torn up, and I was just feeling nauseous. So I logged off, and I was heading to bed. And he sent me a message, and he was like, I hope you feel better. And I didn't know what else he said because my internet at the time was super slow, so I couldn't access the message. The next day, I was able to log on. I saw the message, and he had expressed his feelings towards me. And at that point, I messaged him. I was like, hey, go ahead and send me, or no, I was like, here's my phone number. Go ahead and send me a text. That way we can, talk throughout the day if you'd like. And it was over right there. It was it. That was it. That was the moment that I had known that this was my person. It was a relief because I had feelings for him, but I was so shy, and I didn't know if he had felt the same way. So, and then when we talk about the beginning, he said that he was also really shy. He didn't know how I felt. So he was super nervous sending that message, thinking that I would be like disgusted or uninterested. So he was surprised when he got my phone number. He was equally surprised when he found out it was actually my phone number. And then we like immediately, as soon as he got my phone number, he just immediately calls me, and he's walking to the store because it's on a weekend. He's walking to the store because at that time he was drinking heavily, so he couldn't drive. So he was already like tipsy. So he was walking to the store to get snacks, and he was just on the phone with me. And then when he got back, he was like, "Is it okay if I call you Boob?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And I was like, "Is it okay if I call you Boobs?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." We were just really cringy, but it was a feeling that neither of us could understand, how meeting someone that you can't see face to face and you can fall in love with them, and then it just gets stronger and stronger the more that you find out about that person. So yeah, this game has a lot of special place. It's a big special place in my heart, um, because of you know who it brought me to. Sorry, getting emotional here because I absolutely love him, and I thank God for him every day. Anyway, it is time for me to head off. I'm sorry that usually I stop to talk because I like to to give my whole undivided attention. I do have a form of ADHD, or I do have ADHD, so if I'm like moving around and doing stuff, I can lose my train of thought, and that I don't finish my sentences that way. So I wanted to be able to actually tell that little bit of story, and it helps me if I stand still. Plus, you're looking at my camera; it's beautiful. So anyway, it's time for me to head off. I got hubby calling in 5 minutes, and my throat is starting to get shot again because I've been talking too long. I'm really excited for this to go away. I want my voice back. I want to be able to talk without having to struggle, and I want to be able to sing without my voice cracking and sounding awful. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see if I'll stream tomorrow. I'm not too sure. It depends on how my voice is. And I hope you have a great weekend if I don't stream. Um, yeah, and remember that if you're going through a dark time, you do matter. You're loved and you are wanted, and needed in this world. You definitely are a special person. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're amazing. You are very special, because I will tell you that if none of us mattered, we wouldn't be here. Oh, we wouldn't be here. The gift of life is such an amazing gift that it's not given to just anybody. So the fact that you're here, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you are on this planet with us means that you are special, and that there is something special that you are intended to do on this planet. And you cannot think that it's going to be something super tiny. It doesn't matter how big or small, the impact that you have, um, regardless if you see it right now or not, the impact that you have or are going to have on the people around you, your community, the state, the country, the people that you associate with on a day-to-day basis, or just like if you're with me and you meet people from all over the world with gaming, you touch those people's lives. You may not know it, you may not understand it, but you do. You are a special person. And I hope that you realize that, and know that no matter how alone you feel, you're never alone. You are never alone. You have so many people on this world, in this world, that care about you, and you have our Heavenly Father who loves you so much. So just remember that if you're going through a hard time. And if there's an open invitation to me, I am more than happy to talk with people. I'm more than happy to share my experiences. I'm more than happy to share how God has touched my life and the changes that have happened. I am more than welcome to share my past with you, all the things I've gone through, all the mistakes I've made, and still being able to say, despite all of what I've done, I was still welcomed back into God's arms openly and lovingly. It's just a matter of your needing to take accountability, repent, and say, I want better for myself. I want better for me. I want better for the people around me. And I want better for my future and the future people that are coming after me. So just remember all of that. And thank you for watching if you're watching this. I appreciate it. I don't really have a whole lot of people that listen to me, and I'm slowly trying to come out of my shell, to share what's inside me, to share my story, and to share the wisdom that's been given to me, and to help people understand that it doesn't matter, like how bad things get. There's always that light at the end of the tunnel. So, thank you again. Like, share, subscribe if it resonates with you. And hopefully, we'll see you on the next stream. Take care, and until next time.